Hello everyone, so now we are going to do one more lab. I hope you remember in our previous class we done ASA basic lab, that is the level we learn how we have the level, that is inside zone, outside zone, DMZ. We done in this all in our previous class. Now what we are going to do, we are going to learn how we can configure the static route on the ASA firewall. We are going to learn the routing protocol, how we can configure on the ASA firewall. Okay, so what we will do here, I will create some network. Let me do here, see here what I will do. In the router R1 I will create one loopback. Let me write here 1.1.1.1. okay, this one I can give loopback 0. Loopback 0 I have 1.1.1 in the router R1. And what I will do, I will make copy of this one. I will do here loopback 0 in this router also, but here I will make 2.2.2. let me do here 2.2.2.2, and same like this I will make duplicate here, and then we will make here loopback 0. In this router we are going to create, instead of LAN network, I can say I have the router, after that I have switch and I have some LAN network. I will create loopback, so we can take this loopback as our LAN network. Okay, any network, any server or whatever you want to imagine that one. Here I am creating the loopback 0 and it will be 4.4.4. so what I am doing here, if you see here, I am saying here, let me do here, see, this is R1. okay, this is R1. R1 is having one network, one more network, that is a loopback 0. It is having 1.1.1.1. R2 is having one more interface, example this interface, that is a loopback 0, is having one more network 2.2.2. same like that R3 is having another network 3.3.3, that is a loopback 0. R4 is also having one loopback, that is another network here, that is 4.4.4. now if this guy, the router, if router this R1 want to ping this 2.2.2, we should have the routing, then only we can ping. If we don't have the routing, it will not work. We have default route, we are sending all traffic here, this traffic come here, this traffic come here, this traffic will come here, this traffic will go here. But the problem here, this firewall don't know anything about this network. Okay, they know only directly connected, this one only, but they don't know anything about this loopback. Whatever loopback we have in the R1, R2, R3, this firewall don't know anything. So we need to configure in the firewall some routing protocol. Maybe we can configure the dynamic routing protocol or static or default route. We need to do something. So first we are going to learn how we can configure the static route. After that we are going to learn how we can configure the dynamic route. So first of all, whatever the loopback we created here, okay, whatever loopback label I put here, I need to create that inside the router. Okay, so I will go in the R1. Let me open all router console, and then we can type here, we can create the loopback, all loopback. Okay, so let me open the R2 also, R2, R3, R4, all routers I will open, and then we can do the configuration in all the router. So let me open the R3 also, and let me open the R4. This is the router R4. In this one also I am going to write no, and now we are going to do the configuration. Configuration already we done in our previous class, everything is there. I hope we save in our previous class. Let me check, if it is not there then we need to do again, but anyhow let's see. Yeah, we forget to save that configuration, so now we need to do again. We did not save. Let me check in the firewall, we save the configuration or not. Inside the firewall I don't know. Yeah, in firewall also we did not save the configuration. So now we need to do all the configuration from the starting, and now we are going to save the configuration, so next time we can use. Okay, so first of all, for the R1 I will do the configuration from the scratch, then I will do the configuration from R2, R3, R4, then ASA basic configuration, whatever we learn, whatever we use in our previous class. After that we are going to learn the main task. Okay, so let me do the configuration. Configuration is very simple, just go enable config t and then host name R1. Okay, host name, whatever the name we want to give, this is router R1, so I give R1. Now I will write here interface fast Ethernet 0 by 0. I will assign the IP address 192.168.1.1. okay, give space 255.255.255.0 and we will write here no shut. So this way I assign the IP address to the router R1. We done this already in our previous class. Just I assign the IP address to this interface of the router. Now what I will do, I will create one more loopback 0 here and I am going to assign this IP to the loopback 0. Okay, let me do that one. So what I will do here, let me go here and do that one also. I will write here interface loopback 0 IP address. What is the IP? 1 dot, let me write here loopback 0 1.1.1, give space 255.0.0.0. so this way I created. If you want, I will show you what I done here. Show IP root, show IP interface brief. So just I assign the IP address to the interface. Which interface I assign? This is the fast Ethernet 0 by 0 192.168.1.1, this one, and also here loopback 0 1.1.1. and before we configure one default route towards the ASA firewall, so let me do that also. Okay, whatever traffic I have, I need to forward to the ASA firewall. So I will write IP route 0.0.0, then 0.0.0.0, give the this all the traffic to this interface. So this interface IP we will give 192.168.1.2. so I will write here 192.168.1.2. okay, so just what I done, I created the default route. Let me save the configuration. If I save the configuration, that will be good. So in our next class we can use the same topology. Okay, so let me go here in the R2 also. Let me do configuration from the scratch. I will change the host name as a R2. After that I will write here where is the R2. Let me see, this is the R2. Okay, in the R2 if you see interface fast Ethernet 0 by 0, I will write here IP address 192.168.2.1 255.255.255.0 no shut. Okay, this is the IP address for the R2. Any doubts? Anything? Nothing, right? No doubts. Whatever we discussed before, that same thing. Just I assign the IP to that interface. What I will do, I will create the loopback also. Interface loopback 0. I will write IP address 2. Let me write here IP address 2.2.2 255.255 single time. Okay, class A we are using. Before also we use class A, right? Here let me check what we use. Show run section IP address. What we give here, yeah, this one single time 255, class A we are using. Here also I done. Now I need to assign the default routes. I will write IP root 0.0.0 0.0.0 then 192.168.2.2. okay, I am sending all the traffic towards the ASA firewall. So this one done. I save the configuration. Let's do for R3. R3 I will write here enable config T host name R3. After that interface fast Ethernet 0 by 0. After that I will write IP address 192.168.3.1 255.255.255.0 and I will write here interface loopback 0 IP address 3. Let me write here IP address 3.3.3 255.0.0.0 and we need to create one default route. I will write here IP route 0.0.0 0.0.0 where I will forward this to 3.2. okay, this will be the firewall IP. Let me save this one. After that what I will do the same thing for R4. This is the R4. I will write enable config T host name R4. okay, then after that what I will do here interface fast Ethernet 0 by 0. I will write here IP address 192.168.4.1 255.255.255.0. I will write here no shut and then we have the interface loopback 0. okay, and in the loopback 0 I will assign the IP address 4.4.4.4 255.0.0.0. I will create one default route IP route 0.0.0 0.0.0 192.168.4.2. okay, I done here. Let me check show IP route we have the default route. I will save the configuration. Now we can check R1 can ping. Okay, we need to assign the IP to the ASA firewall also. So let me go here in the ASA firewall. I will change the name of the firewall as what I will give the name, host name as ASA. Okay, I change the firewall name. What we can do here, we need to assign the IP. I hope you remember how we can assign the IP. So let me do first. We are going to assign the IP to this interface, Ethernet 0. So I will write here interface Ethernet 0. Okay, Ethernet 0 I will use. After that, when we are assigning the IP, we need to give the name if I will give this one is a inside, so automatically they will take as a security level is 100. If you want to give manually also, you can give manually. After that, what we need to give, we need to assign the IP. So I will write IP address 192.168.1.2, and we are using class full, so no need to give subnet. Directly we can write enter, so it will take the default subnet. If you are doing the classless, then you need to give complete subnet. So now this interface is finished. Now I will go for the other interface, that is Ethernet 1, and I will give here the name if. We need to define the name if. What is the name? Outside. Okay, let me write here outside. When I give the outside, they taken automatically the 0. If you want to give the security level also, we can give security level is 0. After that, what we need to give, IP address 192.168.2.2, right? 2.2, because this is the router 2. After that, I will write no shut. This one 1.2 is for the Ethernet, which interface Ethernet 0, and 2.2 for the Ethernet, which Ethernet, if you see, Ethernet 1. Now we will do Ethernet 2. So I will write here interface Ethernet 2. Then after that, I will give here name if. I will give DMZ1. Okay, they taken the security level as 0. I will change security level as 50. I will give 50. Our wish, we can give anything. I am giving 50 here. After that, I can assign the IP address. What IP? 192.168.3.2. Okay, after that, write no shut, and then we can go to the another interface, that is Ethernet interface Ethernet 3. Okay, before we go to Ethernet 2, now I am going to Ethernet 3. This is a Ethernet 3, this one. After that, what we will give, name if DMZ2. Okay, security level we can change here. Security level I will give 50. After that, what I will give here, IP address 192.168.4.2. Okay, and then we write here no shut. I hope you remember this one. We done this in our previous class. After that, I can write here to send the ping traffic. I will give here fix up protocol ICMP. I hope you remember. So they will send the ping command. This one we done in our previous class. And also one more command we done. If you remember, we need to do one more thing. So because both DMZ1, DMZ2 both are having the same security level 50. If both are having same security level, we need to type one more command. I hope you remember. If you did not remember, let me write here so you can see that one. Same security traffic permit interface. Okay, this one. So same security level can also communicate. So this is the basic configuration, whatever we done before. I will save this one. After that, if you ping this IP, let me write here ping from this to 192.168.2.1. ping will work from here to here. See here, I am pinging from here to here. It is working. But if I ping from here to here, it will not work because this entry is not present in the firewall. Firewall know only this one, so he is forwarding here only. This one is not present in the firewall routing table. If you want, I will ping. I will show you that one. Okay. So what I will do here, I will 1 minute. I will do here ping 2.2.2.2. I will write here ping 2.2.2.2. Okay, ping 2.2.2. request timeout. It is not working. Okay, if you see here, it is not working, right? The loopback which we created 2.2.2, that is not working. Why it is not working? Because in the ASA firewall routing table we don't have that one. So now we will do the routing. We will do in the ASA. Let me go to the ASA. See, here I am inside the ASA. What I will do? We will do the routing. If you remember, in the router what we are writing, IP route. In the router we are writing like this, IP route, and we are defining. But in the ASA firewall we cannot write the IP. Just directly without IP we can do. I will write route, okay, and give here. You can define whatever you want to do. Just remember, whenever we are doing the routing in the router from what we can say from CCNA, CCNP level, we learn whenever we want to configure the static route, we will write IP route. This command we run. After that we will write like whatever the subnets we want to allow or where we want to go, we will configure. But here no need for this IP, we need to write directly route, and then after that you need to define. If you are configuring this one, example I am configuring this one, I want to send the traffic here. Okay, I want to send the traffic here. So how I can send here? I can configure that static route in this site, Ethernet 0. Means I need to configure the static route in the ASA firewall, saying that route, if anyone want to go to 1.1.1, forward the traffic here. Like this generally. Example, imagine this is a router. Okay, imagine this is a router. So how we will configure static route? We will write IP route. Okay, after that I will write here 1.0.0.0. Okay, after that what will be the subnet mask? 255.0.0.0. I will say the 192.168.1.1. This way we will configure. I hope you remember. In the router, if you want to configure, we will do this way. We will define the network ID and what we can say subnet mask, and then we will write here the next hop IP in the router. This configuration we are going to do in the router. But now I need to configure in the ASA firewall. So what I will do? I will write here root. Okay, root. After that I will give here the this one. If I want to configure this, I will write 1.0.0. But before writing this IP, I need to write this one is inside or outside or where it is. We need to define that one also. So this one is inside. We give the name as a name. If we wrote inside, so we need to write inside. So what I will do here? I will do here inside. Like this. Inside root inside, then after that I will write here 1.0.0.0 and then 255.0.0.0. After that next hop. What is the next hop? This one is the next hop. So I will write here 192.168.1.1. This way we will do. Okay, I hope this one is okay. Let's do the config. Anyhow, if you face difficulty, no problem, try one time. If you are facing anything issue or if you are unable to do, ask me in our next class. Anyhow, let's do now. We will do, so you will have more idea. So what I will do, I will go here in the ASA, I will write root, then inside. Okay, I am going to configure this one, so I will write here inside. So let me write inside. After that we will give the network ID 1.0.0.0 and then give the subnet mask 0.0.0. Okay, next hop. What is the next hop? 192.168.1.1. Okay, I configure this one. One entry I done in the ASA firewall. This is a one entry in the ASA firewall. Root inside. If anyone want to go to this with this network ID, this subnet mask, forward this here. Okay, we are saying forward this all here. Forward to this next hop. If you want, we can check also. Let me write here show root. If you see, I wrote show root. If you remember, in the router we are writing show IP route. In the router, if you want to check the routing table, we are writing show IP route. But in the ASA firewall, we will not write IP, just show route. I wrote here show route. If you see here, if anyone want to go to this network, okay, they can forward the traffic here. This is inside. So now let me configure this one. If I will configure this one, if anyone want to go to this network, forward this here. Okay, this is outside, forward to this interface. So let me configure how. And also one more thing, if you see, I am running the show command in the global configuration mode. In the router, whenever we want to run the show command in the global configuration mode, we will write do, show, and whatever command you want to do. But here no need to write do. Whatever, wherever mode you are in, maybe you are in the global configuration mode or you are in interface mode, wherever you are, just write show and the next command. It will work. No need to write do like we do in the router. In the ASA, no issue. You can write directly. Okay, so let me do now. I will write here what we will do. We will configure the root. So I will write root. After that, what is the root? Outside. Okay, outside, and then 2.0.0.0 space 255.0.0.0 and give the next hop 192.168.2.1. okay, I done this way. I done this one. If you want to check, you can write do show root. You can see second entry also came here. This one. If anyone want to go to this network, forward the traffic. This one. This is outside. And now check this one. Before it is not working. When we try to ping this one. Okay. Now let's try. It will work because we have the root in the firewall. In to firewall know if anyone want to go to this network, he need to forward here. Okay, and reply will come here and it will go here because we already put all the entry this one. So now let's do for this one also same thing, for this one also same thing. Okay, so now before doing that one, let me ping the other thing. I will ping here, ping 3.3.3. okay, 3.3.3.3. if you see I am pinging here 3.3.3, it is not working. Why? Because in ASA firewall we don't have entry of this one and also this one. If I ping this one also, it will not work. Let me do now. I will ping here. Okay, let me ping here in the R1. Instead of 3.3.3 I will write 4.4.4. 4.4.4.4. if you see here, nothing, right? Nothing. Request timeout because we don't have this entry in our ASA firewall. Because we don't have this entry in the ASA firewall, that's why it is giving that request timeout. So what we will do, we will configure the root. So what I will do here, I will go inside the ASA firewall. I will write here root. Okay, DMZ1. After that, what we will write? Root DMZ1 and then 3.0.0.0, give space 255.0.0.0. Next hop. What is the next hop? 192.168.3.1. okay, and same thing we will give for the 4 also. I will write DMZ2. We give this one as a DMZ2 and instead of this one, this will be 4. So 4.0.0.0 and here it should go to 4.1. okay, what I done here, I am saying if anyone want to go to this network, forward the traffic here. Okay, let me press enter. So now we have all this entry in our ASA. If you want to check, you can write do show root and you have now static root. If you see here, let me show you. This S is static. 1 2 3 4 4 entry. This one 1 2 3 4. We put 4 entry in the ASA firewall, inside, outside, DMZ1, DMZ2. okay, AD value is 1. So we put this routing, we done the routing. So this is simple how we can configure the static root in the ASA firewall this way. Just now what we done, we need to write root and give that one and write the network ID and the subnet mask and next hop. That's all. This is the ASA firewall. Okay, this was the what we can say how we can configure the ASA firewall. This is a method to configure the ASA firewall. This is a method to configure the ASA firewall. Just remember, if you want to configure the static root in the ASA firewall, we will follow this way. And now if you ping, it will work. If you write here like this, instead of here 5.5.5.5, we don't have 5, right? We have 3.3.3.3. it will work because 3 we already put the entry. 3 we put the entry, right, in the ASA firewall. This one. Let me check here. It is not working. Let me see what is the issue. 3 is not working. 4 also not working, I think. We will see. 1 is working, 2 is working. So maybe something wrong. We configure incorrect. We will see no issue. Okay. we will see no issue. Let me ping the 4.4.4 also. Maybe we do some misconfiguration. Okay, let me do 4 is working, 3 is not working, so something wrong here. Maybe something wrong configuration we done, so we will check. Okay, we will check that. So if you check here from R1, I can let me show you from starting. We will check from R1. I can ping 2.2.2.2. okay, it is working, and I will check 3.3.3.3 3.3.3. let me 1 minute. 3.3.3, only 3.3.3 is not working, but 4.4.4 is working. So we need to do the troubleshooting. What issue we have, we need to check. Okay, we need to check that one. So let me check here. 4.4.4 is working. I hope 4.4.4.4 is working. Okay, so what we can do, first of all, let me go to the router R3. In the router R3 we have 3, right? In the router we have the 3. So let me check here. Show IP interface brief. We have here the interface is also up here. I hope, yeah. Let's try now. 3.3.3. still it is not working. Okay, it is not working. And we created here, we have this interface loopback 0, and we can check, do we have the root here? Show IP root. We don't have the default root. This is the issue. See here, whatever traffic I am getting in the R3, I need to forward here. So we forget to create the default route from the R3 to ASA Firewall. That's why it is not working. Okay, I need to send all the traffic whatever I have to the ASA Firewall. That is the issue. So what I will do, I will create one default route here in the R3. So you will have that one. It will start working. So I will write IP root 0.0.0, then 0.0.0. Next hop is 192.168.3.2. okay, so now let me save, and we will check. It will work now. Now you can see it should work, because we created the default route. Before we don't have the default route. And also if it is not working, then we need to check another thing also. Yeah, still not working. Let me ping again. Why it is not working? Because I am trying to go from here, from high security level to low security level here. Okay, I can go here, I can go here, I cannot go. So let me check in the ASA Firewall. Maybe we have some issue in the ASA Firewall. ASA Firewall we have here. If anyone want to go to this network, they can go 192.168.3.1. This is okay. 3.1 here. What we have, the 3.1. Let me check the interface. Show IP interface brief 3.1. This one is also okay. Let me check the interface of the, what we can say, the ASA Firewall. Show interface IP brief. Okay, if you see here, interface we assign correctly or any wrong. This is a Ethernet 0. We assign here 192.168.1.2. Ethernet 0, 1.2, Ethernet 1, this one 2.2, this is okay. Ethernet 2, this one we have 3.2, and then Ethernet 3 we have 4.2. so this one is good. And here this is inside, this is also inside, this is DMZ1, this is the DMZ2. So let's see why it is not working. I think everything we done correctly here. What we miss, let's try again, and we can check why it is not working. We need to check. Okay, this 3.0. let me check here. Show run section IP address. What I give IP here, I give the IP correctly. Okay, this is also correct. In the ASA also I wrote the correct IP route. Okay, let me write show run section route. Section, it is not working. So show run. I will write here route. Okay, let me X this one. If you see here, what we give, this one is 0, E1, this is E2, E2 we give 50, 3.2, and this one is good. So what is the issue here? Let me check. Here DMZ1, this is okay. (3.1) here 1.1, 2.1, 3.1. So this one is good. Let's see what else. Let me check. If you see here, just now we configured the default route in the R3, right? But why it is not showing? Let me check again. Maybe that is the issue. Let me check. Show IP route. We don't have the default route. Okay, in the R3 we don't have default route. I hope we just now we configure, but anyhow IP route 0.0.0, 0.0.0. I will give 192.168. What is that one? That interface is 3.2. Okay, now let's see default route it came or not. Show IP route. Default route is not coming here. If you see here, why R3 is having the issue? Config T IP route 0.0.0.0, 0.0.0.0. I will give here default route. Okay, let me write here. Default route is 192.168. What is the IP? 3.2. Okay, I am inside the R3. I am giving the firewall IP, but this one is not working. Do show IP route. See, something wrong in this router. Let me restart this router. Something wrong in this router, because here we don't have the default route here. That's why the traffic is not coming. I am trying to configure here, but it is not working. Something wrong in this router. Anyhow, I will restart the router and we will check again. Let me restart and check again here. Default route is present in all the router, but in this router it is not there. If you see, default route R1 is having default route towards the 1.2. Okay, R1 is having what IP? R1 is having show IP route. R1 is show IP interface brief. Show IP interface brief. R1 is having 192.168.1.1, and default route is forwarding to 1.2. R2 is also doing same thing. Let me check here. Show IP enable show IP route. Here also we have the default route. Here in this one we don't have the default route. I don't know why. Show IP route we don't have. When I configure, it is not working. IP route 0.0.0, 0.0.0, then 192.168.3.2. okay, I configure. Let's see, do we have or not? We don't have. Do show IP route. See, something wrong in this router. That is the issue. That's why we are unable to ping. So what I can do here, I can change the router. Okay, we can change. If you want, we can change. Let me save the configuration in the firewall. This is only the issue. If you see, let me show you. From R1 I am able to ping all. Let me ping first of all 192. Let me ping here 2.2.2.2. it will work. Okay, 3.3.3 it will not work because we don't have the default route. The router is having some issue. We cannot create the default route. If you check 4.4.4.4, it will work. Only this one is not working. If you want to change this router, we need to switch off this one and switch off the firewall and then bring the new router. Okay, I can take the new router. Maybe I can take this one. If that router image is having the issue, we can take from here this one. Okay, I can give the name as a R3. Let's try this one. This is R3. I will remove this interface and I will connect this here. Same, we are going to use same interface. Okay, I will move this here. I will bring this here. Let me power on this ASA Firewall, power on this router, and I will take the console of this one. I think this console is not the one which we are using. So let me remove ASA Firewall. I will start and let me take the console of this router. We need to configure now in this router. all the stuff whatever we configure before. Okay, so router is booting up and the ASA firewall is also booting up. It will take some time. Anyhow, we save the configuration, so everything will be there. Only here we need to assign this IP and create the default route. That's all. This is the issue with the router. So even if we did not do, I hope you understand, but anyhow let's do, but it will take some time. We restart the, what we can say, it will take some time. Firewall will take some time to load that one, and also router will take some time. I am using different image. Maybe this router is having some issue, that's why I changed the router. If you see, E0/0 is the interface for this router, and firewall is still loading. Okay, still loading firewall. Let me check here. R1 is ready. Let me do the configuration. If we write in the notepad, that will be much easier. We can copy paste, but anyhow, as we do directly, so let me do. I have the interface E0/0. I will assign the IP address 192.168.3.1 255.255.255.0, and then I will write here no shut. I will write interface loopback 0. Okay, interface loopback 0, and then I will write IP address 3.3.3.3 255.0.0.0. Now I need to create the default route. I will write here. Let me check it will work here or not. Let me exit. IP route I think 0.0.0, then 0.0.0 192.168.3.2. okay, now let's see route came or not. Show IP route. Now we have the default route. Okay, this router is having the default route, so it should work now. Let me see. Before 3 is not working. Let me try now. It is will work or not, because we change everything. We change now. It should work now. Yeah, it is working. If you see this one, it is working. If you want, let me ping again. See, I am pinging the 3. It is working perfectly. Before, there is a issue with the router image. Sometime in the EVNG we have this issue. Better use this image, the one which I use. That will be very good. Okay, this one. This router image is supporting most of the configuration. This one, the one which we use, some configuration is not supporting this image. So better try to use this one, the one which I use later. I hope you observe that one when I change. So use that one. Even in the OSPF path selection, this router is not supporting. So this router is supporting. So use this one. If you want to do the OSPF path selection lab also, this image is supporting. So try to use this one even if you have the Ethernet instead of fast Ethernet. So what we done here, just now we configure in the ASA firewall the static route. We are saying if anyone want to go here, forward the traffic here. If anyone want to go to here, forward the traffic here. If anyone want to go to this loopback, forward the traffic here. If anyone want to go to this loopback, forward the traffic here. That's all we done in our today class. If you have any question, anything, follow us in the Instagram, message us in the Instagram. We will support you. Okay, thank you. Bye.